my second video, and for today's video I wanted to do 7 things that I learned my freshman year, or 7 things that I wish I knew my freshman year of college. So I think that a lot of people go into college really excited, and you should, but a lot of people forget important things to keep in mind. So I hope that you enjoy hearing about things that I learned my freshman year, and let's get into the video. So number 1, always say yes. And that leads to number 2, except when you need to say no. But back to number 1, there are so many opportunities in college to meet new people and try new things. And that's how you meet friends, that's how you get new opportunities to join things that you like, or just to have these fun memories in college that are really important. And a lot of times people get scared to try new things. They want to stay in their comfort zone, and they get nervous, and people will say no to a lot of things sometimes without a real reason. And I know that you hear it all the time, but a big quote that I really like to live by is that it's better to regret than to wonder what if. So it's a lot better in hindsight to be like, probably shouldn't have done that, like that was a waste of my time, or that wasn't like a great experience, rather than, should I have done that? Oh, I kind of wish I did more stuff my freshman year, like what could have happened, It's just a lot better to try new things and have fun. So that leads to number 2, which is always say yes, except when you need to say no. So there are times either when it will get in the way of your school, or if it gets in the way of your personal values or what you believe in. Sometimes if people ask you if you want to do things that you don't want to do because of what you believe or because you don't have time for it, sometimes you just have to say no. It's easy to always want to do the fun thing and to always want to, for example, like go out to a party, but if you have to study, it's important to study rather than hang out with your friends. Not all the time, it's good to have a balance, but when you have time for something and when you don't. And don't feel like, oh, if I miss this one thing, then like it's done, I'm not gonna have a college social life, because there are so many opportunities to have fun and hang out with people. But your grades, they are what they are. They're not everything, but they're really important. So it's really good to prioritize those and say no when you need to. So number 3 is kind of similar to that, and it's don't forget why you're there. So yes, you're at college for the fun experience and to meet new people, to grow, to learn about yourself and everything, but you're really there for school, and you or your parents are paying for you to get an education. And you learn things that are so invaluable, not only in the classroom, but from other people around you, that it's really important to focus on. Never let your grades or your classes become a second priority to other things. Don't overstress yourself, but it's really important. And just try to stay focused, because I know a lot of people, especially friends that I have that go to bigger schools that are more party type schools, they get swept up in all of that, and then they're like, I didn't even do my homework, I didn't go to class ever, stuff like that. It's good to have balance, like I mentioned earlier, but that's just it, have balance. So it's really good to make sure you keep school your number 1 priority. So number 4 is, again, kind of on the tail end of that, don't let grades ruin your life. So I go to a pretty hard school where a lot of the people there, sorry, I just had to adjust my seating, where a lot of the people there, including myself, are used to getting, all A's in high school. And then you get to college, you get to a school like this where it's full of those people, and you're like, wait, you feel like you're not that smart anymore because the classes get really challenging. And that's okay, because chances are it's more challenging for everyone. So almost everyone that I know went to my school and was let down by grades that they got in certain classes, especially really hard classes like calc and chem and stuff like that. And people get really disappointed in themselves, and some people are really hard on themselves. But you just have to remember that everyone's going through the same change as you. You're adjusting to a new school, you're adjusting to being on your own and having to be a lot more responsible for your own time, and that's gonna come with an adjustment period for your grades. And remember, it's all relative. So let's say you got a C on your test. Well, if the average was a C or a B, like, you're doing pretty good, you know? So you just have to remember what the average is and just try to remind yourself that it is more challenging and it's supposed to be. Try to get the help you need and try to focus and improve your grades if you're struggling. But try to keep it all in perspective. One bad grade on a test, one bad grade in a class isn't going to ruin your whole life, isn't going to make you not get a good job in the future. You're still getting a good education. And so then number 5, on to more positive things, make sure that you get involved. So a lot of times, I think at the beginning of my college experience, I didn't do this so well. And part of the reason is I was dating someone who went to another school and I was very involved in that relationship. Big mistake. It's like another mini tip, but doesn't apply to everyone. So, but beware, beware of that. But it kind of made me not focus so much about getting involved at my own school and joining clubs and getting involved with people and friends and just doing a bunch of fun stuff, especially clubs and academic type clubs too, or social change groups, community service clubs, things like that, because those are the extra experiences in college that really teach you a lot about yourself and about the world to prepare you for your future. And they're also really good for your resume too. So if you're not doing other clubs, like, grades are only so much, you know, on a resume. If you just have like your GPA and you don't have anything else, it's like, okay, how do I know that you can do anything with this education you got? And you don't know that. So it's really important to get involved. And for me, that also helped it feel a lot more like home. I was super involved in high school with a lot of clubs, community service, SGA, that type of thing. And just starting to do that more in college made it feel kind of like high school again. You know, it's like you have your groove, you have your people and your schedule. And it's really important to get on a schedule and have a lot to do. Fill your plate as much as you can, as much as you can handle it. But it makes you a lot more productive. And you just learn so much from that. So, yeah. And you can get a lot more opportunities from things that you join in the future. So, you know, let's say you do something that has an advisor, you know, an adult. Let's say they're a community leader and you want to work in social policy, okay, and they're like a big community player in that, and then later they're like, oh, that student was really helpful in this club, I'm gonna hire an intern, maybe I'll reach out to them, you know, or maybe like give them a chance to apply. So that type of thing, it can be really helpful to make connections. And Jackson, you just gave me a heart attack. You're kidding. Jackson just scared me so much. He was standing back there. Oh my gosh. But yeah, you can build connections. And then number 6. Okay, so I'm editing this video, and just a side note, I realized that when I said number 6, I held up 2 1s. That's all. This is a really big one, is if you're feeling homesick, you know, or not really like fitting into your school or loving it so much, don't go home right away or super frequently, you know, if you can go home. Just because, like, you have to give yourself that chance to be homesick, be sad about it, get over it, and then feel like you're at your new home. If you go home, you're never gonna settle into college. You know, if you're constantly going home whenever you feel sad, you're gonna keep feeling sad and homesick, and you're never really gonna adjust. And also, this is kind of on what I was saying earlier about relationships. If you have romantic relationships or even friendships that you just really don't want to let go of, I mean, you don't have to let go, you can keep things going, or maybe you can visit someone every once in a while, but do not prioritize that over making new friendships, building new relationships, and, you know, just really like working on your college life at your new school and your new home, because those things most of the time do not last forever, you know, and who you are in high school changes a lot to who you are in college and who you are as an adult, an older adult. You know, you just keep changing, and never prioritize people that are probably temporary over your future, which is permanent. You know, what you do now will last into your whole future, and you'll really regret if you don't prioritize making new friends and doing new things in college, because it's so fun to get new experiences. And I really didn't do that as much as I should have first semester, and then really doing that second semester made my college experience so much better. You know, I joined a couple new clubs, I started hanging out with my friends so much more, I joined a sorority, made new friends through that, and love all of them, and it was just so fun. And then I started really loving my college, and you're not gonna love your school if you don't fully immerse yourself in it. Jackson, I'm really mad at you. That was so rude. So number 7, the final one, is to just always be meeting new people and always be kind. Sometimes you can think, oh, I've met this group of people, this is gonna be my group of friends for college, for all 4 years. No, probably not. The people you meet immediately are probably not gonna be the people you're gonna stick with. And if they are, then like good for you. I know a lot of people where that does happen, but I think you also have to give yourself the opportunity to make sure that those are the friends that you do. Okay, my hair is like, whatever. Might just unclip it. But you have to give yourself the opportunity to make sure that those are the people that you want to be your core group of friends. And you'll only do that if you give yourself the chance to meet other friends. So just really always be branching out. If you see someone who looks cool, especially at the beginning of the year, and if you're a freshman, literally sit down, say hi to them, be like, hi, I'm Kinsey, nice to meet you. Like, oh hey, what are you doing? Hey, I like this, your backpack, your hair, blah 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 blah, you know, try to make conversation with people. And I would do this a lot of times, and a couple like times I've done this, and I made some really good friends at school, you know, just waiting in line at the dining hall. I had to remember the real name for it. Just any chance, especially all the welcoming freshman stuff, there are freshmen everywhere who might look like they're in these solid groups of friends and they're like, yes, we're together. Well, it might just be the orientation group, it might be just their hall, like they're not set in stone cliques. So just keep trying to meet new people and really just put yourself out there and be the truest version of yourself and be open and kind to everyone. So those are the 7 things that I've really learned through my freshman year of college, and that I wish someone had reminded me of and really told me, like, hey, this is what you need to know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and this is the second one I'm making. So thank you so much if you watched my first video, and if you didn't, go watch it on my channel. It was a back to school makeup tutorial, so it was pretty natural, nice makeup that you can do for school or your life, whatever. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an awesome back to school. And if you're starting college, if that's why you're watching this, then it's gonna be awesome. You're gonna love it. If you're going back to college like me, yay, get excited, don't be scared for your classes. And yeah, everyone else, I just hope you enjoyed. So thank you, bye.